everybody, Shooty here. This is take two on this video. The original take was a lot more angry, um, and not quite as focused, and I don't think I got my point across, or at least the point I was trying to get across necessarily. So I'm going to start over. And videos, streams, all that died because my headset literally died the day after the Doom stream. Just like magically died. So I stopped recording videos as much and all that. I'll try to get back into that though. I'm gonna buy a new headset. Currently, I'm recording on my PS5 controller microphone, which I'm sure has the best audio quality and won't require me to lower my voice track. But with all that out of the way, I'll get into the actual meat of the video. As you probably can tell from the title, I'm talking about the DC X Sonic the Hedgehog crossover. Specifically, I want to talk about a plot hole that came up from. It started between the end of issue 2 and in the beginning of issue 3, and then it got carried over even worse into issue 4. And maybe I'm like maybe I'm like prematurely reacting to this plot hole, but at the same time it's so bad and dumb I have to fucking say something about it. And mainly because there's just like I was discussing this with a couple different groups of people, and one of these groups of people literally had the mentality of who cares, and just don't ask questions, just consume product. It was literally the red letter media meme, and it made me want to vomit. So it pissed me off so bad. I'm coming back to talk about it now with a slightly calmer brain, and I can focus more. All right, so I'll lay down the foundation for this crossover. Basically, the concept of, or the story of the crossover is Darkseid from the DC comic book universe is invading Sonic's world to get his hands on the Chaos Emeralds, because the Chaos Emeralds can complete or help him complete his no life machine. I don't know like exactly what it's. I can't remember what it's called because I'm an uneducated idiot. It's the anti-life equation. I guess it's Darkseid's like it's like the answer to his anti-life equation or a machine. It basically it's like the Thanos snap, except I guess less altruistic. I don't know. I don't agree with people who say that Thanos kind of has a point. He doesn't. You're a fucking idiot if you think Thanos has a point. Sorry, not apologizing for that. But no, and Darkseid's basically DC's Thanos. I don't know which one came first. I don't care. It's not important for this conversation. But anti-life equation makes people disappear, die, helps them conquer worlds. That kind of old school supervillain bullshit. So anyway, the DC heroes follow Darkseid into Sonic's world, and they team the Sonic heroes and the DC heroes. They team up to fight Darkseid to stop him from getting these Chaos Emeralds and stuff like that, which is all cool and all that stuff's fine. Then the problem starts at the end of issue 2. I mean, there's more problems to this crossover than just that, but the primary issue starts at the end of issue 2. And it's this. It's at the end of issue 2, there's this scene, and I'll put it up on screen. And basically, Darkseid's engine thing It's destroying space-time, and the heroes think that it's going to completely destroy Sonic's, like, either his world or the universe. One of those two. It's going to destroy them. So, as like a last-ditch effort, Batman tells Green Lantern and Cyborg to send Sonic and the gang back to their world to save them. And they show up in the DC world, and that's where issue 2 ends. And then issue 3 comes along. And in issue 3, it opens up with Sonic the game, and they're talking about how, the world, it was destroyed, blah blah blah. Well, we're here on our world now, in their world now. I guess we have to. We'll just in honor of them, we'll protect their world, which is all fine and dandy. And then this last couple panels on this page, which I'll put up on screen when I get to it. It's Silver being like, John gave me his, or Green Lantern gave me his ring, before we went to the portal. No, he did not. No, he did not. In issue 2, it's very clear. John Stewart, the Green Lantern, John Stewart, is using his power ring to send Silver through the portal. It's very clear. It's like very well illustrated. I'll even repost it one more time to make the point clear. At no point did they show John Stewart like tossing the ring to Silver or anything like that. Okay? So Silver has this ring now, and he is saying, he gave me the ring. Okay? They're not saying, I just found the ring in my flesh pockets. I assume Sonic characters have flesh pockets because there's nowhere else that they could put their pocket change. Where else would Sonic keep those rings? Very clearly, there's probably some kind of Eldritch Horror flesh pockets on them, but I digress. At no point does Silver say, I just found the ring, or it just appeared. No, he says very clearly in this panel that he was given it to him by Green Lantern. And it's very, very obvious it doesn't happen at the end of the last issue. And then the problem gets exacerbated in the third issue. Or the fourth issue, excuse me. Fourth issue. Because in the fourth issue, they cut to Green Lantern, and he's fighting some fat lady. I will find the page. I'll put it up on screen. But he's fighting some fat lady, and he's very clearly got his Green Lantern. Actually, no, scratch that. Never mind. I just looked at the beginning of the comic. At the beginning of the comic, it's right after they send Sonic and the gang through the portal. Right afterwards. And John Stewart is using his Green Lantern powers to shield the rest of the Justice League. He's using his ring. And it's not like a thing where you can't see his hand, so it's like, maybe he's harnessing the power within. No, he just straight up, you could see his hand, the ring's on his hand. So where did Silver get a fucking goddamn lantern ring? The only way, and I've done a mild amount of research, because I'm not a super big DC fan, but I understand some of the ground root, the ground level, surface level elements of Green Lantern lore. I understand that there's the different colored lantern rings. They do different things. They're they have red lanterns, and theirs is blood related or something like that. The yellow lanterns are they get power from fear. The Green Lanterns are they get their power from a strong will and a strong sense of justice. To be Green Lantern, you have to be a good moral person, and you have to be strong-willed. You can't just be you can't be a coward, basically. And generally speaking, one of the ways that lantern rings, they get past down essentially from one user to the next. I'll take Hal Jordan for instance. And I don't know how accurate the Green Lantern movie was to the original like Green Lantern comic, but basically Hal Jordan finds a dying lantern, and the dying lantern gives Hal Jordan his ring, and that's how he becomes a Green Lantern. And you can't like just take a lantern's ring. Like I believe you can kill yourself if you try to use like a lantern's ring without without the proper, having it passed down to you, or not having the strong will or strong sense of justice. So there's like rules to the ring. You can't just put it on. They don't just magically appear out of thin air either. They like the people in charge of the lanterns, I can't remember their names, but I read on it, and they can make more lantern rings. So there's not like a limited number of lantern rings. They can make more. So this whole thing pisses me off because it's like they clearly wanted to put Silver in a Green Lantern costume. Fine, fair enough. But it's like, if I go back to, like, if you go to like the next page after Silver is fighting, or he the literal next page after Silver reveals that he has the lantern ring in his possession, the next page it's cuts to Silver and a bunch of lanterns fighting Sinestro in outer space. And they have a whole bunch of these yellow, like, exposition boxes that are meant to, like, explain their location, who each lantern is, and all that. And it's like, you can't tell me that wouldn't it have made more sense in the short term to have just added another lantern box, or another box? Could have very easily put another lore box in there somewhere with a very brief line of dialogue that said the Green Lanterns came to Silver and recruited him. That's it. That's all you need to say. The Lanterns recruited Silver. And there'd be no question as to where Silver got his ring from. There would be no questions as to why Hal has not Hal, John Stewart, has his lantern ring still. But they have this fucking, it's blatantly obvious. It's not even a subtle mistake. If it's not a mistake, they didn't do a very good job at making that clear. That it's supposed to actually be like, okay, let's say hypothetically it's supposed to turn out that the universe decided to duplicate John Stewart's ring and put it in Silver's hand so Silver would have lantern powers when he went to the DC world. Let's pretend that was like part of the writing plan. There's nothing there to indicate that that's what's going on. What is there presented to the audience is John Stewart uses his powers to send the Sonic team through the portal into DC world. And that's it. And then Silver's just like, oh yeah, and I have the ring. It's like, okay, you can't have it both ways then, and then cut back to the Sonic's world, and John Stewart's just got his ring also. So it's like, okay, is there two rings? Did John Stewart get like issued two lantern rings? That they say, here, John Stewart, you get to have a second ring. You keep it in like your pocket in case your other ring is like the batteries die or something. Because I also learned that lantern rings, they actually have like limited power, and they have to go charge them. So they're not just like infinite like power sources for them. They're actually like a tool that needs to be maintained. So It's like, is that what the case is? Are they gonna like be? Is John Stewart gonna be like, oh yeah, I had an extra ring? Okay, can we make it more apparent then in the previous? I okay. If it turns out that in the next issue they're gonna reveal John Stewart had a second ring and he gave it to Silver, um, I'm an idiot, but I'm okay that I'm the idiot in that situation. Okay, because I jumped the gun. I would have jumped the gun in that situation if that's what they're gonna say. But I'm okay with me being the idiot in this situation because I'm not the one writing the story. If I'm the idiot who didn't understand something, that's my own fault. And that's perfectly fine. And I'm okay with me being the idiot. I'm not okay with the writers being this stupid. Okay? If this is at face value, the worst plot hole ever, then that means the writers are dumb. And that infuriates me more than me being an idiot. Because if I'm the idiot, then all is well. But if they're the idiot, not all is well. Them being the idiot in this situation is them completely disregarding like Green Lantern lore. It completely disregards like the just any like semblance of respecting your audience's intelligence. And that's why I get frustrated at this because I I like it when a writer can respect its audience's or their audience's intelligence. They can write something that's well thought out and meaningful, and it doesn't have to spill everything out for the audience necessarily, but it has to at least respect your your intelligence in this matter. It has to understand that you're able to think your way through this. And this is why I'm like frustrated at the whole thing. I'm frustrated because it feels like they're not respecting the audience intelligence. And it got me double frustrated because when I was talking with other people who I assumed would be on the same level of critical thinking are instead just wholeheartedly accepting that this dog shit, and not even in a manner where it's like they're trying to like justify the writing like within the meta. Like it's not like they're like right now I said it's possible how John Stewart's got an extra lantern ring. They weren't nobody was saying anything like that. They're just saying like yeah, that's just comic book logic, deal with it. It's like no. No. It's lack of critical thinking is why not just Sonic, not just DC Comics, not just comics, but the entire entertainment industry as a whole, from like music to movies to video games, comic books, regular books, anything that is designed to entertain you has been completely robbed of all like real forethought at this point. And instead it's just designed to get you to pay money out. And I'm not against people making money. I'm just against being robbed of my money. And that's what it feels like. I don't feel like my money or my time with my entertainment is being respected. I feel like I'm just there as a walking, talking wallet for them. And it pisses me off because other people, they just simply go, oh, well, that's just the way it is. And then they shovel out more money for mediocrity. I don't want mediocrity. I think we deserve better. That's why I'm pissed. I think we all deserve better. Even the fucking idiot troglodytes, even those dirty little fucking Cenobites who say, oh, that's just the way it is, even they deserve better, but they apparently don't see that. They apparently see it as we should just accept the garbage for what it is. And that's why I got so pissed about it. I'm still annoyed, but I'm not pissed anymore. Um, I am still ranting into a video game controller. Uh, so that's fun. Anyway, though, that was my rant about this very specific plot hole. I hope I was able to better articulate my annoyance with it. Um, I might go through more of the Sonic comics and review them for fun. Uh, just for the hell of it. I think they're I'm a little bit of a nerd for the Sonic comics, Archie, IDW. Um, I think they're neat. I think they have their strengths and weaknesses. Um, so I might go through I might start with the DC series when it's like done. I think I want to wait before I give like any real like big thoughts on it, but right now it's just kind of like uh it's just kind of like hanging in like a zone of mediocrity for me, and I don't know if I want to like give a final judgment until I know for sure about things. Like this plot hole I pointed out. It's entirely possible the writers are going to pull something out of their hat in the very next issue. I have a feeling at the very beginning of the first of issue 5, there's literally going to be a scene where Silver is talking to Green Lantern. He's like, "Oh yeah, you want to give me back my extra ring now or something?" I feel like that's coming. So, that's all I really have on this. That's it. I'm ending the video now. Bye, fucker.